right, I'm hanging out with legendary voice actor John Stocker. How you doing today?
I'm doing real well. I'm having a lot of fun. Sales are good, but people watching is excellent. Next to Vegas.
Yeah, this is actually your
really
first
good.
convention.
This is my first. I've been asked about it before, and I always said no. I broke down this time. My wife said go get some cash. I said okay. So here I am, and I'm enjoying it. Thank you.
Excellent. Now you've voiced so many characters that are so beloved to people of my age and a little bit younger. How'd you break into the voice acting industry?
Well, I always wanted to be an actor. I was 4 years old and announced I was going to be an actor. Did not really know I was going to be a voice actor. I did stuff at school productions from 4 on, and discovered fairly quickly that my strength was voice work. And though I still did and still do some on-camera work, I'm still available for it. They want me, they can have me. Yep. I mean, I love the gig. I mean, it's a great job. But my strength is voice work. And that happened when I was about 22 or 23. I'd been with an agent for a couple of years, doing a bunch of stuff. And throughout my 20s, I still did a lot of on-camera work. I did Coming Up Rosie, and I did the Wayne and Schuster shows, if anybody's old enough to remember that. And, pardon me. But voice work became a larger and larger portion of the gig, of my life. And it got to a point where, as I say, now I'll do the on-camera work, but I won't go out of my way for it.
Yeah.
The voice work, I love my voice work, and I love my voice directing now. It's what I'm just, I got the worn marks in the saddle, and I just snuggle right in.
Now you talked about how much you enjoy your work and your voice acting. Is there a favorite character out of all the ones you've done that you really love?
Well, I must say, as a character I did a long time ago, but I still love him, and I'm getting the most response crowd-wise as well, and always have, is Beastly from Care Bears. I mean, it's one of those tailor-made characters. The character Beastly is great because he represents probably the best kind of character in animation, and that's the bad guy's sidekick. Because the bad guy's sidekick always has, he's trying so hard to be bad. Beastly epitomizes that. He's never bad. He's always really a good guy. He always gets kicked in the ass by his boss, right? And I've done countless characters like that. Basil from Babar was the same kind of character. He's supposedly the main pillar for the evil guy, but deep down inside, he's a puddle.
That's true.
So, Beastly, there's the answer.
Beastly. Now, how'd you develop the character of Beastly?
Actually, I stole it. Because, I teach, and I encourage people to sort of steal, but
make it your own.
Make it your own, add something to it. There was an old-time comedian whose name was Gleason, had a show on for many, many years, and he used to go, and away we go.
That's it.
And I took that, sort of made it my own, pinched it a little bit more, and came up with Beastly. And then I created a laugh, which is really important. It's always good to have a laugh. When I have a character, it sometimes gets me to hone in on a character if I have a particular laugh for that character.
Yeah.
So the laugh came for Beastly, and then they all became part of the same package.
Now, you have gone into voice directing. How'd you slide into that one?
A number of years ago, I was doing Sailor Moon. I was doing performances in Sailor Moon, and I was working with a lunatic for a producer. And one day she fired the voice director and turned to me and said, "John, do you want to take over as voice director?" I went, "What?" She said, "Do you want to do it?" I said, "Well, yeah." And I did. I sat down, and it wasn't that day, but but within a couple of days, she taught me what I had to do. Yep. I sat down, brought my own sort of intelligence to it, started to develop my own style. And at the time, I actually gave up a lot of potential work and a lot of money to learn, because I kind of saw, not seeing the writing on the wall, but I could see that Actra was growing, a lot more performers coming into the game. I wanted to branch out. I knew I had to start sort of spreading my wings into new areas and doing new things. This was a perfect opportunity. It was basically taking what I knew and kind of passing it on to sort of the next generation, if you will.
And you actually have a new show coming up.
I do. I have 2 new shows coming up, in fact. There's one from Nelvana called Mike the Knight, which has just aired on Treehouse and in the States. And it's a very, very young demographic. And there's a show called Redikai. Redikai is going to be a very, very hot toy at Christmas. The merchandise won first prize at the science fair. It's a really fun, high-energy show with a strong anime influence, although it's not a Japanese anime, but it's got that look.
And finally, where can people find you if they're looking to get into contact?
johnstocker.ca. That number again, johnstocker.ca. Coming soon to a theater near you. Some assembly required. Action pieces sold separately. Must be 18 years of age or older.